Hello viewers, here is an old General Electric Vortalex fan. This is a 10-inch 2-speed model. Let's get a look at the information tag on here. A little bit dirty, but there it is. Doesn't seem to be anything on that portion of it right there. 0.7 amps, 2 speeds. This does seem to work. It's off, 1, 2, back to off. So that should be good. The problem with this unit is the wiring is a bit messed up. This is really hot. It's like, yeah, it's just spoiled. The lead wire seems to be okay. I'll have to take a look at that connection here because it does seem kind of loose. Take a look at that. But I think the lead wire may be okay. So I'll open up now and take a look closer. Okay, I removed the screws from the base. Let's see if this is going to come off with any ease. In the past, I found these are generally pretty stubborn to come off. And this one would appear to be no exception. There it goes. Alright. Actually, that's very clean. Usually these are pretty nasty, but this one is not bad. And all the felt is still there. Well, almost all of it. Okay, so here is the wire. I'm going to just pull this through. Maybe not. Well, I'll just cut this from the outside because there's not a chance that we're going to use this wire again. Okay. It does have a little bit of a grommet I'll hold on to. Okay. Yeah, this wire is really spoiled. Okay. I'm going to have to undo the speed coil here. Okay. These wires don't seem to be too bad, but definitely want to be careful with those. Now, looking at this, it would appear as though the lead wire at some point has potentially been replaced, maybe? Because that looks like an artificial cloth wire, although that really does look like the original wire that it would have come with. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it's original. It's in really good condition if it's original. Interesting. Alright, well, let's rid of this old wire because it's not usable. So I'll take it off here. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards this being all original, especially because it's got this little ring terminal. There we go, I remembered it. A little ring terminal on there, which I don't believe can be reused, so that's unfortunately a lost cause. I'm going to just cut this off of here, and I will hold on to this black thing, put that over the new wiring just for no reason. It came with it, why not still have it? Alright, so now I'm going to throw a test wire on here just so we can see if the unit runs. If it runs and it runs properly, I have some reproduction cloth cord which I will put on here, which apparently, I guess these didn't come with cloth cords back in their day, but I believe that's the only replacement wire I had. I suppose I should probably go around and get like a brown wire like that had, but just for purposes of using what I have, I would just use the cloth wire for now. It'll match this upper wire there anyways, so it'll look fine. Here's the test cord I'm going to use. It's a fused plug, so if anything is shorted in here, the fuse will blow and we won't have any problems. I don't think there's anything wrong with this fan. It looks fine, other than, you know, that whatever where this was. So I'll put this on here. Yes, these wires are not the right length, but since this is just a temporary setup, I'm not going to cut them and then have problems later. And then the other wire will go on to here. And again, I'm not going to bother with the ring terminal. I'm just going to screw it on there. Eventually, I have a number of things that need these ring terminals. Eventually, I should just go around and fetch a whole bunch of them, but again, this is just for testing purposes. It'll be fine. Go pause the video so you don't have to watch me struggle to put screws in something. Okay, I just had a potential very bad situation forming here as I was wiring this, and if you ever work with stranded wire, this is something you really got to watch out for. So I screwed that on, and yes, I realized I put that on the wrong direction. If this wasn't just for testing purposes, I would fix it. But I don't know if you can see it on the video. It's probably a little bit too shaky, but there's a one strand here, right here, that's broken away. There it is. If this strand is to touch this other screw, that could cause some problems. So you want to make sure that things like that are cut off, or at least just pushed aside. Okay, it's now ready for testing. I should have fed the wire through that little hole there, but I didn't do so. So we'll just have to stand it up, and it just won't stand up very nicely. Now, I'm not going to run it for more than a couple of seconds because the bearings are very stiff, and I don't want to wear them out. So all I want to do is make sure that this actually runs and there's no issues, and if it runs without issues, then we'll do a full rewire on it, and we'll do a lubrication on it too. Okay, here we go. The switch I'll leave in the off position, so it should do nothing when I plug this in. That's a good sign. I'll switch it on to speed 1. Okay, that works. Speed 2. Okay, seems to be working. So now I will get out some cloth cords and put a new old lead wire on there. This is sundial wire, and I've used this on a number of different things, and I've been very happy with it every time. Now I think there's just one piece here, so unfortunately I'm out of plugs, so I just took this one off of something I haven't used in years, so I'll have to get some more plugs, but for now we have that one. That's not what it would have originally come with. I don't think so, but it'll be close enough. So I'm going to cut this in half, and we'll use this wire. Here's what it looks like. Oh, let's see. There we go. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is feed this through here. Actually, I'm also going to slip this metal thing back on there. Actually, no, I'm not, because it doesn't fit. I'll just put it on one strand. So if I get the right kind of wire, I'll be able to use that again. So now I will feed this through here. Oh boy, what the heck was that? And this is really producing a tight fit here. Oh no. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, this is really, really tight. I do not like this. These rubber grommets are actually completely intact on this fan, so I'm trying to be very gentle with this as to not detact them. Okay, so now I'm going to take a knot and put a knot in here to serve as a strain relief in case something happens to pull the wire. And I'm going to relocate this knot closer to the hole as possible. Okay, that'll have to do. Alright, now stripping this wire can be somewhat of a pain occasionally because it's got the cloth on there. Oh, that actually worked quite well and produced way more than I wanted. Okay. Now, for this wire, I'm going to put a little bit of a hook into it like this. And I'm going to pull back the cloth just to make it easier to work with. And I'll slip this on here, making sure that all the strands are included. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit longer. And there goes my heater. I wasn't done with that yet. Okay. Unfortunately, the weather has ceased being particularly nice, and now it's back to being colder. Okay. Now I like to take a tweezer here and just pull this over here and make sure it's really on there good. Okay, we got one strand that's not cooperating. So I'm just going to cut that off. Alright, so the next connection, I'm going to make this connection occur deep up inside there. So I believe that's where it initially was. So I'm going to make sure that all the cloth and everything is going to be out of the connection. And I'm going to put this wire behind that one. And although this initially would have been, actually, before I do that, where is that little other piece? Where did I put it? Did I lose that thing already? Jeez. That's so aggravating. I don't know where it went. I was talking about the little black thing, the little sleeve that was over the wires. Now, the aggravating thing is that it's probably going to make an appearance as soon as I put this cover back on. But anyways, just carry on without it. As I was saying, this was originally soldered, but just for purposes of ease, I'm going to simply wire nut it together. And I really would like to get this stripped out a little bit better than it is. Get rid of all that extra cloth inside of there. Okay. Now it should be ready to get connected. Okay, I'm just going to stuff that up in there, and it can do its thing there and not cause any problems, hopefully. I'm thinking the reason they had it soldered is because it's a moving connection, so maybe eventually I'll go around and solder it, but since I'm not even sure if the oscillation works on this, I'm not worried about it yet. Okay, this is a little bit on the tight side. I'm going to pull this through one more time. Okay. Okay, so now there's enough slack for that to comfortably push up, and then this can sit here like this. These flat screws are really a pain to work with, as is demonstrated right now. Okay. Alright, so there's the internal wiring. It's all said and done, so I'll put the cover back on. And I'm just going to wait a second to see if that little black sleeve is going to make an appearance. Nope. Alright. Put this back on, then I can screw this together. Okay. Now I'll put the plug on, which I'm not going to record because it's really not that exciting. Okay, there it is. Wiring is complete. The cord is not as long as I would have liked it to be. You know, it's probably 4 or 5 feet, which is okay, but I would have liked it longer. But since this is a no budget channel and this project is also no budget, I have to work with what I have, which is not very much wire because wire is expensive. So, okay, got that over there. I'll plug this in now and make sure it works. And then I'll go through the process of unlocking the bearings and everything else. Should be able to plug it up here. Whoops. Oh man. Jeez, of all things that would have gone wrong, I wouldn't have expected that to happen. Alright. Okay, it appears like 2 is the lesser powerful speed, which is kind of odd. Anyways, so there you have it. That's the rewire on the Vortalex. I think this video is getting pretty long. Yeah, it's up there over 20 minutes. So I'm going to do another video for the cleaning and lubrication. So, thank you for watching, and out.